course I know it's not right to wake in the night and think of you only. A photograph caught in the light of you by the water, living a different life. Of course I know, how couldn't I? Of course I know, how couldn't I? Of course I know it's not right to tell all your secrets as if they were mine. I spend too much of my time carrying them with me, keeping it all inside. Of course I know, how couldn't I? Of course I know, how couldn't I? Of course I know, how couldn't I? Of course I know. Someday, further down the road, our paths will cross, and we won't say a word. But of course I know, how couldn't I? Of course I know, how couldn't I? Of course I